So very welcome to Gotami Vihara. Today, indeed, not only a Chap Gome full moon for the Chinese friends, but also a day not only for Gotami, Pajapati Gotami's day, but actually is a Magha Puja day. Magha Puja day is a Sangha day. Yeah, in Buddhist calendar, we have Magha Puja day, which is called a Sangha day. Then we have Vaisakha day, Vesak day. And also we have Asala Puja day, that is a Dhamma day. So today is a very significant day. We celebrate so many events and plus Thaipusam. So yeah, in Malaysia we are very fortunate because we have many good things that come into our life for our practice and our celebration. I think in each celebration that we celebrate, it should be something that is useful, something that brings joy and happiness, right? And so this is the way that we celebrate. Yeah? So today the topic given is treading the path as a lay Buddhist. Yeah? Most people would like to tread the path as a lay Buddhist because we still can enjoy life, right? Yeah, not because really they want to practice sometimes, but because they have an underlying motive behind, right? But anyway, accordingly, yes, we can trade the path of Aryans, we say, to the path of noble state, even in a lay capacity. As you know, in the Buddhist during the Buddhist time, the Buddha has give a different kind of platform for practice. Yeah? Of course, the Buddha created the Sangha. The Sangha means the monastic way of life. Yeah? Monastic way of life where the practitioner or the followers of the Buddha have a conducive environment for their practice. So in the past, of course, the first Sangha that we know that he has developed is Arya Sangha, where the 5 ascetics was transformed to the state of Aryans, means realizing the truth, and they became the first group of Sangha member, monastic. And so the word Sangha actually very much refer to the monastic on the way they pronounce home, and they go on begging. English we say begging, but actually it's not begging. They go for alms food, for people to also have the opportunity to develop or create or make merits for themselves in supporting those who go forth. And so this is a practice during that time, and specifically the aim is to realize enlightenment, the end of suffering. So of course, then after that, there are lay people who also would like to learn, and normally when they listen to the Buddha's teaching, so then they feel very delighted. The heart felt open in a way, like something that they find stuck now open, something they find like dark become bright, something that downturn they become like upturn. So they feel very enlightening with the Dhamma, and from there they declare to the Buddha that from now on, they said, I'll become your follower until they die. So that is how they also declare to become the Buddha's follower. So these are the way how the formation. And so the Buddha actually from very beginning, out of compassion for the being, the Buddha said, even the Mara tell the Buddha, Lord, now you have attained enlightenment. You can already go for parinibbana. But the Buddha said, not until, my bhikkhu, bhikkhunis Upasaka, upasika. Upasaka means lay male follower, then lay female follower, has understood the teaching, has well practiced the teaching, and will be able to also share this teaching and also refute teaching that go not correct if they talk about the Dhamma. Right? So means they know how to answer to explain the Dhamma. Right? So this is where the Buddha have in mind this four assembly. We call it Buddha Chatuparisa. Yeah? So now we are talking about trading as a lay Buddhist. Of course, in the Buddhist time, there's no Buddhist this word, because now we say Buddhist, we practice all sorts of things. Yeah, but during the Buddhist time, when I say Buddha is only Buddha Dhamma. Yeah? So what is this Buddha Dhamma that we are trading as a Buddhist? Now, if we define Buddhist, I think we should define accordingly to the Buddha's teaching follower. In a way, we follow the teaching of the Buddha. The Dhamma of the Buddha means the teaching that the Buddha preached, and principles of life that the Buddha has found and shared with us. So, trading the path as a lay Buddhist. So, lay Buddhist means upasaka, upasika. It can be 5 precepts or 8 precepts. Yeah? In Myanmar, sometimes they observe 9 precepts. Yeah? Some observe 10 precepts. Yeah? So they also trade this particular way of life. Some they leave home to practice, as lay practitioner. Yeah? So and so as a lay Buddhist, what is expected for us to practice? Yeah? So the most important sutta, guiding how a lay should practice, a lay Buddhist should practice. Yeah? Have you all heard about Sigalovada Sutta? Sigalovada Sutta? Some of you maybe have not heard. Yeah? So as a lay Buddhist, of course, Sigalovada Sutta, the Buddha gave a very profound teaching on how, as a lay person, how we can practice well in the Dhamma. Yeah? Basically, the story goes when this particular son of this rich man, the father is very spiritual, practiced the Dhamma, but somehow couldn't convince the son to practice. As usual, some of you have children, you say, hey, go to temple, they just shake their head. They won't follow you, right? So same, Sigala do not actually embrace what the father is practicing. But the father have a very kind heart and a very skillful means, Although he knows that he's going to pass away, but he still do not give up in helping the son to come to the Dhamma. So what he did, what he said to the son is that, he said, son, when I pass away after this, please, do something for me. That one particular thing only. And the son said, since the father is going to pass away and this is the last message, then the father just told him, after I pass away, just do the normal routine. That, early morning, clean up yourself, go to the junction of the road, and then pay respect to the 6 directions. So in the Indian custom, it's quite popular. But what the father did is, actually the father knew one day, hopefully, because at the junction of the road, hopefully he will meet the Buddha. Right? So, he did. After his father passed away, every morning he would do that. So one fine day, of course, the Buddha passed by. And then when the Buddha passed by, the Buddha asked him, so young man, what are you doing here? And he said, my late father asked me to do so, paying respect to the 6th direction. And then, then the Buddha asked him, did he know the meaning? He said, don't know, just follow. Right? So the Buddha said, do you want to know the way the Aryan do this 6th direction, the reverence to the 6th direction? Then he said, by all means, please tell so. Yeah. So then the Buddha told him, and this is the way, you see. And as parents, you have to be very wise, no? If you want your children, or you want somebody in your home, you want to share with them the Dhamma, you must also have a skillful means, to help them to understand or to learn, or to have a opening for them to learn, right? So then the Buddha told him, I said, the meaning of this, praying or giving reverence to the sixth direction, just like when we are Chinese, right? Our parents, forefather, all teach us, you must do this. We just do. Why? Don't know. Right? Isn't it? A lot of practice we do, we don't know, right? We just say, they said, before Chinese New Year, what you should do? Clean the house. You clean, right? No matter how busy, you clean, right? Then next they said, if you have the, what they call the kitchen deity, so you must, what do you do? Some of them say, you must give them the, ninko. So some say because the ninko is sweet, so then when he go to the heaven to report about you, then he can talk sweet things about you. Some people say ninko is very sticky, so when he goes up, so he cannot talk bad things about you. Right? So you see, all these kind of things we were told, right? Yeah, but we also believe when we were young. So what does it encourage us to do? Yeah, at least once a year, please clean up. But actually, do you think once a year only we need to clean up? At least, yes. Yeah. So you see, when you do all these things, at least once a year you clean up. But that is a major cleanup, right? Yeah. So don't you think that we also have to clean up inside?
Yes.
Once a year? No? You want to carry over?
No, more often than once.
Oh, more often. Yeah. But indeed, actually every day you do some cleaning, right? At least you sweep floors. Once a week you mop your floor. Yeah, all those things. If not, it's very dirty, right? Yeah. So these are the things that that we have to do. Yeah, simple thing that we have to do, cleaning up. Because every day there's something dusty that comes into the house or into your heart. Yeah, so every day we need to do clean up. Because if we don't do, then the accumulation will cause dirtiness, stinkiness, jam, right? So that's why it causes stress, unhappiness, and all those things. So, but in terms of like for this learning as a lay person, I say we do have certain traditions, same, but during that time they have the practice of praying to different direction. But what does it mean? When we pray. Yeah, because all of us Chinese, we have many things to pray for, right? A lot of time, even we go to the Buddhist temple, right? We also pray, right? Praying is not say bad. It's also good in a way that you start with wholesome thoughts, but don't transform it to become a greedy thought. Wholesome thought means you initiate wholesome thoughts, right? If you initiate greedy thoughts, then it leads you to also suffering. For example, if you pray, like I always tell you, you put there 10 apples and you pray for 10,000. Wow. Then the God must be scratching their head, no? Yeah. So we have to understand, what are we praying for? We have to pray for something wholesome. If you connect our mind to something wholesome, wholesomeness will come. If you connect your heart to greediness, then loss will come. Understand? So we have to always remember, because that's just the law of karma. Yeah. So what you have put in your mind is very important, right? So to educate Sigala, the Buddha told him, what are the things that we should practice? Yeah. First, the Buddha say, the first thing is we must abstain, prevent ourselves from committing these four. What are they? The first thing the Buddha said, abstain from killing. The first thing. Number 2, abstain from stealing. Yeah. Third thing, abstain from sexual misconduct. Yeah. The fourth is abstain from lying. Right? So these are the 4 things the Buddha said that we should abstain from. Yeah. So then the reason being is very simple. Nobody wants to be harmed and to be killed, even an ant. Every life is dear. So therefore, I think in order for us to have life, long life, that is the first principle we have to keep. So even as a lay, it's not say, oh, because we are lay, then never mind. There's no excuse because karma apply to whether you're shaven, not shaven, whether in robe, not in robe, whether you're small or you're big, whether you're old or you're young, or whether whatever you are, it carries its own repercussion, consequences. Right? So this is the four things, the first four, the Buddha said we should abstain from. The second, the Buddha said, we should also do things not out of these four. What are these four? We should do things not out of greed, not out of ill will, not out of delusion, and not out of fear. It's these four. We should do things not because of these four. So if we do things because of these four, let's say out of greed, then of course, the repercussion is when you have greed, you also have, let's say, if you have gain, you also must be prepared for loss. If you have fame, then defame. If you have praise, you have blame. If you have pleasure, you also have pain. So these are the things that we have to remember. Means don't do things out of these four motives. One is greed, second is ill will, third is delusion, ignorance, fourth is fear. I think sometimes you hear a lot of parents say, "Ngok keng he kamong I ngok keng." So they haven't do anything already keng, right? Now especially a lot of people are panicking, right? Although it's in Wuhan, it's like the whole Malaysia is in chaos, right? Isn't it? Precaution has to be made, but we do not need to panic. Right? So these are the things. And so we have to understand that whatever we do, remember, if let's say your decision, and at the time you want to decide something, you have fear, that is not really a good decision because you decide out of fear. A lot of times we say, what if? Right? Last time I remember we have a camp, family camp. This child, twin, the brother is a bit more brave, but the younger brother is very, very timid and always very negative. Always what if, So we get the parents and children to do rafting. So all the children all went in and this boy still, hanging around near the pool. So I said, boy, why don't you go in and join them? He said, no. Then he said, how deep is the pool? I said, I don't know. But don't worry, we wear the jacket and all those things, safety jacket. Then he said, Venerable, what if there's fish inside? I said, maybe got fish, but so what? What if the fish bite me? Okay. Then I said, no, I don't think so. Then I said, what if I fall into the pond? I said, don't worry, there will be people with you. And then all the thing is, he asked, how deep and all the what if. So funny, I thought this boy, he must be having a lot of fear. And then I asked him, I said, never mind. You just try, never mind, because you see, all the young ones also already went in. So I said, never mind, you wear the jacket, then we'll hold you. You go into the water, test the water first. You sit in the tube. If you feel comfortable, you go. If not, at least you try that. Then he tried with great fear. But he tried. We encourage, and then he tried. So finally he sit in the tube, and then he keeps screaming, what if I fall down, I said, don't worry, just put your leg down, one leg down, and see whether you touch the ground or not. So, just very shallow. Then he put one leg down, of course can touch. I said, why don't you put another leg down and then touch again and then you stand up. So stand up in the water. So he feels safe. So okay, sit down on the tube again. Then how do you feel? I said, don't let go my tube. Okay, we will hold your tube. Okay. Then after he said, how do you feel? More comfortable? Play a bit with the water and then play a bit. Then finally, we asked him, can we leave our hand off? I said, okay. Okay, we leave. So then after that, then he said, okay, I want to go up already. I said, okay, fine, good. At least you try. Yeah. So never mind. After that incident, then I know what happened. Then we go for outbound a bit to help them to overcome fear. So we do wall climbing. So all the children, parents all climb until his turn. He was watching. He was still okay. Until his turn come. Suddenly halfway they help him. The mother starts screaming. So when the mother scream, the child become panic. And then the people who supported him at the bottom there, all also become panic. And then it's dangerous. So quickly I stepped forward and told the mother, please remain calm. I said, don't scream. Yeah. So the rest I tell them, quickly, get him over. And then after that, when I told the mother like that, you know what the mother say? The first word from her mouth, what if? Yeah. So I know it is not because of the child, because the parent always, have this on him. And after that, the mother actually sort of like have to overcome her own emotion. He moved up. And then when they finish, I told the child, come, we're going to see your mother. So we went. And then I said, when you see your mom, you tell your mom, Mom, I made it. And then after that, the mom also feel relieved. The next day, the mom brought him to see me and say sorry. He said for overreacting and thank me very much for helping the son to overcome the fear. Yeah. So you see, what if? I say there's a what if. I think all of us will wish for one thing only. Nibbana, enlightenment, solve everything, right? No problem already. Yeah. So these are the things. So fear is a very, pulling down our mind. Yeah. So remember, this is also one of the practice that the Buddha say. Whatever we do, don't do it out of this element: greed, ill will, delusion, and fear. Yeah. So delusion is another cause of trouble. A lot of time we say because we don't know. So if we don't know the electricity can, shock, give you an electrical shock, then you go and touch. Whose fault is that? Ignorant, no? Right? So we got to learn. We got to know. If we don't learn, we don't know, it will cause us suffering. So just like the way of life, we say treading the path. If we do not know the path to tread, whose fault is that? Not the Buddha's fault, not the parents' fault. Yeah, it's our own ignorance. So we need to learn, to ask the way. If we are already always happy, peaceful, yeah, and enriching, the heart is always feeling. You can meditate, you can, you're at peace, you have samadhi, you have wisdom, then quite okay lah. But if we have not, then we must find, we must ask, we must search for it. Yeah. So then we overcome our ignorance, our delusion. Yeah. So whatever we do, because we don't have much time in life, right? Yeah. All of us, I think, if you, unless a young one just came in I think it's all a half century above already. Right? So, and this is where that we have to be urgently look at the way how we tread the path. As you all know, also, like we said, last time when we say staying in jungle is the best. Cooling, green, fresh. Now if you reflect back, you look at Australia. Forest is no more a heaven. Right? Last time we say forest sangha, we are so proud because very serene, very what. Now forest is also not safe. Yeah, I say millions of acres. It's so uncertain. Still burning, I heard. Yeah, and many people lost life. Many beings lost life, lost their home, lost their so many things. Even the whole world is affected with the ash. Yeah, so uncertain. But what does this all tell us? Isn't it urgency? Things that we see around like so safe and so concrete and so permanent can just, within moments disappear. Yeah. So these are the awakening that I think we have to really look into, even as a lay. Right? So don't just say don't know. Don't know means it can come anytime in front, and then because you don't know how to run, you see. You don't know how to save your life. Yeah? If you know, at least we can prolong for one purpose. Yeah? To help ourselves to liberate our mind. Right? So, an ill will. Yeah? Also, don't do things out of ill will. Yeah? Because when we do things out of ill will, it will come back to us too. The first thing to be hurt is ourselves when we have ill will. Envy, jealousy, anger, grudges, enmity, so many greeds. Right? So, like we say, Chinese New Year, right? We say cleaning, right? This has to be cleansed off. Especially that's why after the heart cleaning, then you have reunion, with the family. So the reunion, the purpose is for really forgiving each other, coming back together. Right? And also for the children to be respectful and have gratitude to come back to see their parents at least once a year. Yeah. So that is a very important tradition, which is a good tradition, and that's why in a reunion dinner, if there's anything, don't quarrel. Right? Some people reunion also quarrel, isn't it? Yeah. Why? Because they don't understand what is the meaning of that. Yeah. So that event is to help us to reconcile all our differences. We can be different, but we can still be together. Yeah. And that's why forgiveness is very important. Yeah. And to practice that, so then we can renew our heart, refresh with calmness, with kindness, and with joy and love. So, do you all do all the teh, offering the teh to your parents? Or don't do anything, just makan and minum, right? So, again, like I say, as a tradition, we can make it meaningful, make the occasion something special for the family. I say what to put, the ingredient, not the yam sing. So you got to put all the metta in, all the kindness, all the gentleness, and forgiveness. So these are the things that we should practice, not ill will. And I heard some siblings, they can envy their other siblings for being successful. Instead of rejoicing, they have envy. So that is also not good. So we have to have that joy. If our siblings, have success more than us, we rejoice with them. We congratulate them and rejoice with them. And in that sense, we are also blessed, right? If you have somebody in the house who is doing well, so it means what? It's also to our fortune, right? So you don't have to fork out, isn't it? If they do well, it's good for you too, isn't it? Yeah. So sometimes that's why, with understanding, then we rejoice rather than envy, right? And then of course, don't do things out of greed. For all we know that greed brings a lot of this suffering. Why? Because if we do not know contentment, this is where we toil day and night, day and night, day and night. Thinking that will bring happiness. But material things can suffice you for certain things. But you can see also a lot of rich people are still very fearful, very unhappy, very worried. Do you agree or not? Why? If that is the answer, why are they still feeling unhappy, uncertain, worry? It's because only rich in material but not rich in heart yet. Right? So the cultivation has to go together with the heart. Yeah? So when we're rich in heart, meaning you can use your wealth, yeah, to do something good. Then when you do something good, you also meet good people. Yeah? You're also able to, let us say, come to hear the Dhamma. And that is how you can develop the heart. Yeah? But if it's just material alone, yeah, it won't bring true happiness to you. Yeah? So, and some, if they know what to do, they are generous, then of course it helps them. But if they are stingy, then the more they get worried about their wealth. Yeah? And also we know that contentment is always give us the best, because why? Because we don't need a lot one. Yeah? All we need is what? The 4 requisites, right? And as a lay, we need to work a little bit to save a little bit. The Buddha said 1/4 of your salary should be on saving. So in times of raining, then you have something to back up, right? And so how you use is important. And so then we can be able to live a more comfortable life. You know, in Malaysia, Bank Negara announced very young people go bankrupt. You know that? Yeah? 25 to 34. 60% are 25 to 34 bankrupt. Why? Because we did not teach them how to spend properly. Before earning, they're already spending. So these are things also the duty of parents to help the children to know how to make good use of the money properly, right? So in this particular sense, I say Sigala Sutta actually is a rich sutta. I only took only a few points. The whole sutta is very long. And so these are the key things that we need to practice. And also the Buddha talks about from this 4, like I said, don't do things out of greed, out of ill will, out of delusion, out of fear. And next the Buddha said, and also don't do things with these 6 because it will dissipate your wealth. Because if you do this, your money will go down. Nowadays, in a relationship, in a family, what breaks them? 2 things only: money and relationship. Correct? So the Buddha said, if in a household life you want to practice, this 6 also you have to be aware. Because if you are indulged in this 6, it will definitely make your money become lesser. What are they? The first thing the Buddha said, don't mix with people who drink. People who drink. Yeah? So don't mix with the drunkard. Yeah? So there are 6, maybe not in order, I will just mention. Yeah? Don't mix with people who are drinker. Because why? When people drink, what happens? Their mind is not clear. And normally drinker, they just spend money drinking. After they get addicted, a lot of things happen, right? A family with a drinker, what happened? They come back, wife also gets scared, right? Children also get scared, right? So they come back midnight sometimes, and sometimes they start vomiting, so everybody cannot sleep. Yeah? And then they talk all sorts of things, whether true or not true, also they blurt out, and the whole family won't be in harmony. And then he just spend money for the toddy, right? So then household things also you will have less, yeah? And so it won't bring peace. So this is one very important one. Second, don't mix with all the evil people, cunning, wicked, violent. Yeah? Why? Because anytime you can be harmed, right? So also when harmed, pergi hospital, all this money paying for hospital, a lot of things, because you yourself become violent, and you harm yourself, you harm others, and you end up in very difficult situation, right? Then also don't mix with people who like to hang around midnight. Last time they like hang around midnight outside. Now they like to hang around midnight inside the room, under the selimut. Yeah, under the blanket. True or not? They don't hang out there outside, right? They hang inside the house, inside the room, under the blanket. Because sometimes your children, they don't want you to know the room is dark. Yeah, so they cover themselves in the blanket. So more and more children now wearing specs. Yeah, so these are the danger too. So I must have discipline for the children. When you give handphones or whatever, make sure you train them well, not to misuse. Yeah. So at night, you got to train them to take it back from very beginning that you give them. So there's a time off. Last time this lepak culture, right? People like 12 o'clock go to mama store, hang around and sit and talk. Yeah. Now lesser. Still have, but lesser. But now children, they don't hang around in the street, but they still hang around in their own room. Yeah, they don't sleep until midnight. Yes, that's why I say they cover themselves with a blanket, so you do not know that they are doing that. Yeah. And then also the Buddha said, don't mix with people who like to go for entertainment too much. Entertainment. Now again, they don't go out for entertainment. They also go under the blanket for entertainment. Just take their handphone and then they watch video, everything. Again, So in everything, you can find in that handphone. Also, the Buddha said, don't go and mix with people who gamble. Who gamble. Because if you don't gamble, they gamble. When they don't have money, they will come after you. Can you borrow? Can you lend some to him? Then he say no. Then he say you are not friend to him. So then you cannot take that challenge. So you lend. After you lend, you think your money can come back? Cannot come back. Yeah. So that's why the Buddha say, these are the 6 kind of people we should not associate or we should not involve. Yeah. Because why? It's just like a tank. You have these 6. Means the bottom of the tank got 6 taps. All the taps are open, so all the water running. So on top no water coming in, and your water is there, and then the 6th tap, is running water. So sure water finish, right? One day, sooner or later. Because why? These 6 can end up, whether it's in the former along or the real along, and that's why a lot of people are caught into it. Yeah. And again, these are the things that we have to be aware for lay people. I think we have the other one, the last one is don't hang around also with people who are indolent, lazy. So they always complain, when they go to work. Now young adults sometimes when they go to work, they say very stressed, very depressed, cannot work. So parents got panic because depressed, scared they after they commit suicide. So they cannot work. Work here 2-3 months, cannot work, stress. Work there 2-3 months, cannot work, stress again. So at the end, stay at home. So at home, no stress. You know why? Got food. People cook for them to eat. Then got money to spend some more. Got car to drive. Got computer, iPad to play. So why want to work? So every time you say go and work formally, they will have stress. At home, no stress. Of course. Right? So these are, this we have to ask the parents. Is that the right way to educate them? Right? So from young, we have to put a proper way, the right path for them to learn to practice. So come to how we pass this to them. Yeah? It's very important. Now, the Buddha said how a parents should help their children to grow, or how we can help ourselves also to grow. Yeah. So in this Sigalovada Sutta, the Buddha also mentioned that as parents we need to correct our children. Yeah. When they're very young, they don't know the path. We must show them the right path. Yeah. As a good role model. So as parents, what can we do? Noble Eightfold Path. Right. So Noble Eightfold Path, first thing is to have the right view. The right view that if you do certain things, the truth is that it brings you happiness, it brings you wealth. If you do certain actions, it will bring you downfall. It will bring you unhappiness. So the smart way is, of course, doing the right things. Means, for example, if you keep your precept well, yeah, you are diligent in your work, yeah, and you're righteous, you are kind, definitely good result is coming, right? But if you are cunning, wicked, yeah, and you don't keep to the precept well, it harms yourself. Then when your children look at you, they will emulate. If you want to see how the parents are, you just see the children. Yeah, sometimes the children can reflect the parents very well. Because why? Children learn from imitation. You can tell them, hey, don't tell, don't tell your mommy this or then don't tell your daddy this, don't tell your grandma this, don't tell your grandpa that. But then you see how they behave, you know. Because why? They imitate. Yeah. So imitation is the best learning for the children. So learning by example means we got to be the role model. Yeah. So again, it comes back to the precept. Yeah. First, the right speech, right action, right livelihood. Okay. Then the next, with the right view means whatever that causes suffering, yeah, we avoid to plant any cause of that suffering. So if we avoid planting those causes of suffering, for example, greediness and all those things, ill will, then of course you won't suffer because you didn't put a cause in. Then definitely there's no result for that. So, but if you feel you want to be happy, then of course you plant the happy cause inside. Yeah, happiness don't drop from the sky. You need to plant the seed. Yeah. So what brings happiness? Right speech, right action, right? Then right livelihood. Again, it comes back to this. Right effort. Yeah. So what is this right effort all about? I tell you, since this year is a rat year, so I tell you rat stories before we end. Yeah. So in the this story, one of the time, this particular man, he's a very poor man. So poor, nothing to really work on, and so then, but he has some good mind. So he heard this finance minister of the king is a very wise minister. Finance minister. Everything he says is true one. Yeah. So what happened? So one day he make his way to try to listen to this finance minister. Sometimes they come up to talk and everything. So what he heard is only one line. Even a dead rat can bring fortune. What do you think? Rat year lah. Even a dead rat can bring fortune. Yeah, so at that time he was figuring out. People say what he say is all true, but he say even a dead rat can bring fortune. So how a dead rat bring fortune? He's very poor, right? So he thought, how to make that dead rat become a fortune? So India in the past 2,500 years. So he thought, maybe in the past our cats don't eat those cat food, right? All cats eat rat, right? When we were young, they would chase after the rat. They would take care of the house and chase away the rat or eat the rat, right? So what happened? He has this idea. Maybe he go and find dead rat. Really, he go and find dead rat, and then he go and find those owner who have cats, and they said, would you like to feed your cat with a rat? Only maybe for 1 cent or something like that. Then they thought, so easy. The cat no need to find food. There are people who sell the food. So okay, they buy. So with little money like that, dead rat now become money. 1 cent, 2 cent like that. So he collect. Okay, after he collect already, then more ideas come into his mind. So he thought, now he go and look, because he got no capital, only his hand, his brain, right? So he look, people cut grass. Then he go and ask the man, would you like somebody to help you to clean up? I can clean up for you. So they were very happy, Somebody wants to clean up. So what he do? He tie nicely. He go and find those people who rear horse. Would you like to have some grass? I have some grass. They say, okay. Then he sell again. Then next he go and look again. People cut trees down. All the twigs, all the whatever. So then he go and ask those people, would you like to have some, what they call those twigs or whatever for fire. Then again he sell. So that's how he make money after money, a bit and a bit and a bit. And very diligent he do it. And then finally he has more capital. Then you see people selling flower, more margin now. So he go and buy flowers now and sell. So that's how he make his fortune until he became a very famous merchant, even owned shipping company. Right? And the finance minister later, of course, heard about him. Yeah? And then, because he was such a, rich and well-to-do and a good man, the finance minister offered his daughter to be married to him. So, even a dead rat can make a fortune. So, if you wish for luck, yeah, every time I first say, 恭喜發財, 恭喜發財, then you say 大家發, so what is the first thing to do? Effort. So, diligent. The Buddha said, a diligent man is a lucky man. Yeah? When we are diligent, but of course must have also wisdom. Diligent, but with wisdom, then you can make it to many, many things. Yeah? So, our goal in life, whether lay or monastic, remember, it's only one goal. What is that goal? Not the Nibbana online. That one is only an outlook, but the inside Nibbana. Yeah? So the real Nibbana, that we do not have to go into the cycle of suffering, birth and death again. Go into the cycle of greed, hatred, delusion. Right? So we can end all that and totally be free. So we wish happiness, we wish freedom. That is the path that we should go through. Yeah? And the path is very simple. We call it Noble Eightfold Path. And in this Noble Eightfold Path, as a lay person, I say we have to practice accordingly. First is to avoid those 4 actions, which is in the 5 precepts. And also second is to avoid all the intention behind your action. So if we can keep to that, and also avoid associating those people who have this kind of habit of too spendy on this kind of pleasure, or that brings about the dissipation of your wealth. Right? So then you'll be able to do what is good, like generosity, being charitable, support what needs to be supported, to the Sangha, to the needy, and then offer kind words, kind thoughts, kind action. And then also develop your mind. Not just by meditation, the word, but we call it by bhavana. Bhavana means constantly cultivate your mind, whether in formal sitting or in your daily life. So you keep your mind clear from greed, hatred, delusion, clear from lots of thoughts and worries of fear. So means you maintain your mind with what is now, and that's how you can bring happiness and peace to your mind. All right. So today I hope that this short sharing with you all can help you to look into training the path as a lay person. And if for whatever good reason it is, the Buddha always mentioned the path to enlightenment as a lay householder is not as polished, not as polished as the platform of the monastic. Because why? Life in a household life is full of impediments. Right? So that's why when you wake up in the morning, then you go in the kitchen and first you say, I want to meditate. After going in the kitchen, end up whole day touching here, touching there, sweeping here, sweeping there, and then at the end, again 1 day pass. Not only 1 day pass, no, 1 week pass, 1 month pass, right? So these are because why? Because the mental side is still very attached. So the step is to learn to gradually already renounce. Make your house simple. Simple in livelihood, the Buddha said. And then with few duties. Don't be greedy over too much thing to do. Yeah? Simple, then you have times, balanced life. Yeah? For your cultivation, for your household chores, for the family, and you also have some time for your bhavana. Alright? So, wishing all a Happy New Year, and make every fortune that you can for yourself, and especially to direct the mind to the ultimate goal of liberation, of freedom, and the ultimate happiness for yourself and for all that come by your life. May you all also be blessed by the triple gem, and to have good health, peace of mind, and also the liberating moment in life, so they'll be able to continue to walk the noble path until they attain the bliss of Nibbana. Security.